In today's video, I'm going to be switching to keyboard and mouse. I'm going to be showing you how I started as beginner and got to this stage, as you can see on the clip. So it's day one. The first thing I need to do is actually find keybinds that I can use. So I decided to just copy keybinds of polarized, and I knew I wouldn't keep them the same. I had to actually get used to them and build muscle memory. So then what I did was I loaded up an empty map basically, and I just free built. I just kept on free building until my brain knew that this is what I had to do to edit. I was struggling really bad, but I was getting there as time went on. I just kept on practicing. I kept on editing, and I had some sparks where I had successful edits in a row. I played a game a decent amount, and at the end I actually decided to do a edit course which I forgot to record, apologies, but I did an edit course and it wasn't the best. It was okay. I was getting some successful edits, so I took that as a dub. In the middle of the day, I decided that some of the keybinds ain't suited for me. It didn't work. I couldn't build muscle memory for them. So then what I decided to do was change them a little bit. So what I did was, for my pickaxe, instead of it being 1, I changed it to Q because it was easier to access for me personally. And also, instead of having F as edit, I decided to go with E. E was just my default hand position, so it felt natural and it felt like I was hitting it more consistently instead of hitting F. So I just went for that instead, and everything else I think I kept the same. Yeah, I did. I kept everything the same. I did change mouse in between, and as soon as I changed mouse, I got a bit better because the old mouse that I was using was a G502 and it was really heavy mouse. So I decided to get a lighter mouse, and it was actually a lot better, and I could hit my side buttons on the mouse more consistently and stuff like that. That's basically what I did for the whole of day 1. Now the whole of day 2, I did things slightly different. So what I did was I started the day off again with just free building, and then I did a little edit course which I forgot to record, apologies, but it wasn't enticing to watch. It was just very slow, and I was trying to get used to pressing E quickly. And then what I did was I went into Tomatoes Turtle Wars, and as you can see the code up top, and I finally hit my first edit. I guess the edit course helped me out a lot, and then yeah, I got destroyed by the skid. But so the rest of day 2, all I did was just play Turtle Wars. I was trying to get fast. I was trying to make my combating skills a bit stronger, and I was actually improving at quite a fast rate. I was actually surprised with myself how fast I was improving. One thing I actually noticed was my aim was actually quite good, and it was easier to aim on PC by far. On controller, I remember practicing my aim, and it was quite hard even with aim assist, but on controller I was actually hitting my shots quite consistently. On day 3, basically I did the same routine again, just free building and then a little bit of Turtle Wars, and I jumped into a solo game. I was feeling myself today, so then basically I jumped in. First game I died off spawn, but the second game I was popping off low-key. As you can see on the screen, all the kills I got 6 kills. I ended up getting 6 kills, and I died to the most stupidest way known to man. I had the kid low and I just died. But what I took away from this game was that I basically know how to use a shotgun, right? I don't know how to use any other gun. I only know how to use a shotgun, and I rarely switch over to my SMG. For a second, I had to take a break and decide which keyboard was my SMG so I could switch over. And another thing I pointed out to myself was that the other weapons in my slot, such as 5 and 6, I just never used because I never had the muscle memory to actually click those buttons. So what I decided to do was I went in creative and I just flick through my weapons, and I was trying to edit and flick through my weapons and switch over. I figured that reaching out to 5 and 6 was actually a long distance for my fingers to go, so then what I did was I changed those 5 and 6 to 3 and 4 instead because they were unoccupied keybinds. So on day 4, what I did was I started the day off with a quick little edit course. I did a triple edit course, and I was actually doing decent, I can't lie. I was missing some edits here and there, but I feel like I could have done a lot better if I tried again. And I just kept on doing this until I finished the whole double edit and triple edit round, and I feel like my hands were warm at this point because I did do a bit of free building that you guys don't need to see because it's gonna bore you, but yeah, I did do a little bit of free building. At this point my hands were warm, so then what I decided to do was do a bit of piece control practice, and I decided to do a Mongrel Classic round. But instead of always placing a stair, I tried to place a cone as well because I knew my weakness was actually placing cones because it was my V keybind, and I had a muscle memory for my thumb to actually always hit the V keybind. So I decided to do this, and I was actually getting good at it every time I kept on doing it. There was a lot of rounds, as you can can see on the screen. The more I did it, the more better I got, and this actually helped me out a lot, because then what I did was I went into Turtle Wars again, and I played a lot of Turtle Wars, and I was actually manga classicing a ton of people. After a little bit of a Turtle Wars session, what I did then was I decided to do a piece control map in the Raiders Mechanics V4 map. I'm pretty sure the code is up there if you want to copy. But yeah, I did this, and I did this quite a little bit because I was actually trying to get my piece controlling up, because the more piece control I got, the more I was likely to win a fight. So I decided to just kept on doing this, and day 5 and 6 were both identical, so I'm just going to group these together and tell you what happened. So all I did was I started the day off with a little bit of free building for like 5-10 minutes, and then I just went onto the edit course that I did on day 3, I think it was, and I just did the same routine again and again, and then I jumped into 1v1 box fights this time, and all I did was just grind this out the whole time. I just kept on doing 1v1 box fights, and I realized my aim was getting a lot better and my mechanics were getting a lot better. I could actually like somewhat play the game and like somewhat correlate what I was thinking into actual gameplay. For day 7, I tried to get a solo win, because I did get a duos win and a squads win, but I tried to get a solo win and it was virtually impossible for me to get a solo win. The amount of sweats there were, it was crazy. At one point I had a Fortnite tracker. I was tracking some people, and these guys been playing since the game came out, and they were like champ players. I had no chance, so then I just gave up at the end, and this is all you get. This is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to use code NXV in the item shop. It helps me upload these videos, and make sure if you want to see a 1 month progression video to let me know in the comments below. With that being said, peace out.